So let's do this again. So YouTube, we ask you again, why do you allow these child molesters to use your servers to attack people? We've been reporting this every day, every video for a fucking year. These pieces of shit have been chasing me for 3.5 decades. This is a child molester harassing one of his desired victims, an intended target. But because he didn't do it, it's okay to do this. What the fuck is wrong with you people? And you know there's a problem. Every time I put the word chomo in the title, we get 50 motherfuckers on there. Yeah, bye, stupid. You fucking retard. Oh, this is so interesting. So we'll just sit here in silence and do nothing. We'll do this over and over again all day until Chomo blows his brains out on that light bulb fight. Ugh. Oh, well, that's useful. Fucking ridiculous. Let's see how many minutes of Chomo's day we can waste today. Holy fuck, man. So why exactly do you keep giving this idiot access to your servers like that? So what are we up to? 2 fucking hours of this? This is how Chomo's brain works. He's going to watch us nonstop because he hates seeing the fact that we exist. So he will drive himself crazy with that, and then somehow cutting off the audio means I can't speak or something. Typical sex offender behavior. Well, now he's pinging the phone instead of the box. You're a genius. You've got one fucking device and a shitty internet connection. Oh dear. Yo.
This call is from Visa Security Department. We have received 2 charges from your credit card early this morning. The first charge is a $400 through eBay, and the second charge is $1,300 through international gift card money transfer. We believe it's a suspicious and unauthorized charge.
Because that's not a
never
thing.
used any gift card services in the past through your credit card. To allow these charges, press 1. To cancel these charges, press 2. To listen these messages again, press 0. This call is from Visa Security Department. We have received 2 charges from your credit card early this morning. The first charge is a $400 through eBay, and the second charge is $1,300 through international gift card money transfer. We believe it's a suspicious and unauthorized charge. Because you have never used any gift card services in the past through your credit card. To allow these charges, press 1.
Pretty specific targeting. These guys sit up all night smoking dope thinking how to get some of them.
Thank you for holding the line. This is Sean from Fraud Security Department. How may I help you?
Y'all know where I get dub sack? I need some jerk chicken in a dub sack. You know, I get that.
Right, sir.
Well, what'd you call here for? What you got? If you don't need food, fuck off. Don't fucking call here. If you ain't got my fucking money, don't fucking call here looking for shit. Minute 52. He asked me if I knew where to get a dumpster. I knew if I kept pressing 0, I'd get transferred to a person sooner or later. It doesn't matter if you press 1 or 2 or 0, or it doesn't matter. But if you press 0 to hear it again, yeah, most phone systems, repeating the menu won't switch you to anybody. That's not a real phone system. It's a fucking, I don't know, cold caller, I guess you'd call that shit. So I'm about to fucking do. Oh, if you want the news, it's bad. We knew, so the one that was 8 o'clock in the morning in the UK, we knew there was 400,000 cases in India. Damn it, there's 200 fucking tracks on this bitch. Just go back up slowly, slowly. Thanks. Jesus, Daryl, you know. This is so interesting, yeah. Like, I don't know, these idiots think this is like my life's work and they're ruining it. They're all control freaks. All sex offenders. I'm not in it. I'm not in it. All sex offenders are narcissists, God complex, and control freaks. And because they're psychopaths, they assume everybody else is exactly as they are. So they think they know everybody else because they know themselves. They don't know themselves either.
It's payday, the checks is out. Crack house banging in the moment sound. This is payday, the checks is out. Crack house banging in the moment sound.
Rolling around in a black Range Rover with a matching Kalashnikov, but you don't want to get pulled over by cops like Jay-Z or not that nice.
Crack house banging in the moment sound.
You don't want to.
I just stick to what I know. The streets is my home. Until the book closed, gang violence and crack sales is all the story's about. I preach the norms and drugs, that's why they call me the KID. I got experience in slugs, so trust me, you don't want me. But did my time incarcerated, but still there ain't no days off for these cops. I might just be paranoid, but I think I'm being watched. All the real hustlers know what I'm talking about. You don't keep shit at home, cause they probably rush the house. My crew a bunch of cocaine cowboys, I'm really the kid. Billy one shot, let two shots to your ribs. First shot you're dead, second shot shot just for kids. If you wanna find me, I'm in the trap house where the devil lives. Pussy crack, pregnant women and little kids. Lord, forgive me for my sins,
sitting
but
on the
from
end of
someone
your
gotta
street,
die in order
talking
for
to
someone to
your
live.
children, cause we don't see eye to eye.
It's payday, the checks is out.
I'm a
Crack house
psycho.
banging in the moment south. They said it's payday, the checks is out. Crack house banging in the moment south.
I ain't trying to beat your buddy, or even your pal. Say the wrong words, so your idea let you down. I can smell a rat stank quicker than a bloodhound. Never trust a crackhead, the end you will get caught. What's next comes locating the spot. Taking pictures from down the block. They ain't gonna be happy until they catch me or leave me shot. They know my name, so consider me connected for life. So when I choose to rob or hustle, it's my motherfucking right. This is my letter H, you listen close, you might lose your life. Gang member, see me in the hood, expect the unexpected. I ain't getting caught, fuck getting arrested. I'ma run cause I ain't dumb, I'm a man respected. Swallow a slug from the shot, you lay your 6 feet. This is a war, ain't gonna stop till a soldier see peace.
It's payday, the checks is out. Crack house banging in the moment south. It says payday, the checks is out. Gang life records take the slangers route. It says payday, the checks is out. Crack house banging in the moment south. It says payday, the checks is out. Gang life records take the slangers route.
Wow, Chomo, 2 hours of your day gone, and you completely got that song taken off the internet and everything. Wow, that's such masterful hacking. These are the idiots they send my way.
The streets hit the sidewalk and street lights can talk, they sound like me. I spill my blood on these beats, this is for all the dogs. Locked down in penitentiaries, rolling ones to forget what it's like to be free. I still remember my first robbery, snapping on the pretty birds, dressed in all black clothes. I remember I practiced a couple times in the mirror on myself. Hands up, motherfucker, I want it all. Even though it ain't mine, everything in your house belong to me. That's the beauty of a robbery. Walk around your living room on the shopping spree. Nothing stopping me, I hustle with no relief, no days off. Probably why I throw my middle finger up and never see the law. I truly can't stop, won't stop. If gang life only came together, get in the way of the paper, guarantee you won't get it. So hard, cause nothing's for free. If you wanna get high, you should copy from me. Hustle so hard, cause nothing's for free. The streets are dry, we pulling robberies. Don't slipping with a gangster, the more distracted bitches, women in the text with a source attack. You in the city with an arson, his daughter's practice, marksman marching, target practice. Let the guns stacked up the smallest track.
You at the crossroads.
Falling out, you falling back. Drop bounces, we carving stack. But cats turn your dog's house into a haunted shack. Party with hard bricks, the mark is black. Heartless, darkness, Drake talks the trap, the murder cat, bottle the cat, cause get jacked, scores, rob guns like punch, spark and glad, make your peaks for the scores, no applause, we clap, we wait for say, fuck cops, lords and rap, break scores, we don't play baseball with bats, we hate sports, but we got baseball to crack. We hustle so hard,
To the beepers.
cause nothing's for free, if you wanna get high, you should count it from me. We hustle so hard, cause nothing's for free. The streets are dry, we pulling robberies. See, I'm a soldier, I stand and salute at attention. Flag on my neck, shirt concealing my weapons. Be a good boy, so give me that necklace. You can keep walking once it's in my possession. I'm stressing, at least you didn't have to die. Fucking with a soldier, don't care, take your life. Chilling areas where people scared to walk around at night. Goons in the north end, central, the west side. Totally in the city, all the enemies hide. Got little homies taking shots out them stolen rides. The definition of a thug in Canada is do or die. Aim high, headshots, if you move too fast, don't make the mistake of not putting up your hands. I'll try your ass up, try where's your status. Better be the dog, I'm scared, shot in the ass. When I take it, can't get
back, consider it that.
Oh, this is so interesting. It's one thing after another. Of course, it's frozen. Well, I got shit to do anyway. So I can prove my point. Chomo is not an actual hacker. Oh, it's cooked. Oh. Again, that's twice that thing moved without me touching it.
The city, clear skies and 6 degrees for Oakville, Milton, Brampton, Mississauga. Looking at the east, Oshawa, Pickering, clear and 5 degrees. Well, downtown Toronto, we have clear skies and it's 7 degrees. 6:00 news time. It is 11 o'clock.
Toronto's #1 for breaking news, traffic, and weather. This is 680 News.
Good morning. This is Saturday, May 1st. I'm Christine Ritchie.
And I'm Carl Garnish. Here's what's making news this hour.
Ontario reporting fewer than 4,000 new cases for the 7th straight day as New Health Canada data shows the third wave is impacting younger Canadians more than seniors.
A scathing report has been released from Ontario's Long-Term Care Commission. The more than 300-page document says the province was not prepared to protect residents or staff from COVID-19. Health Canada pauses the rollout of the single-shot Johnson & Johnson vaccine after learning doses were partially made at a now-shut-down manufacturing facility in the States.
The first round of active TO road closures are now in effect.
It's a bit of a nuisance. It causes a lot of traffic in this area.
We'll tell you what routes are affected and for how long.
The Leafs are looking for their 5th straight win. They host the Canucks tonight. Meanwhile, Travis Bergen gets the fall as the opener for the Jays in Dunedin. Sports at 15.
And coming up in business, from oil changes to tune-ups, business is booming for mechanics who make house calls during the pandemic.
News time, 11:01.
Time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Asher Roth.
Hey, thanks, Christine. Good morning. And good morning, Carl. This update brought to you by 680 News. So we got an update from Toronto Rescue as to what is causing this delay on the southbound Don Valley Parkway. It's right now jammed from approaching Lawrence, in fact, now all the way back from just south of York Mills down to south of Eglinton. And the reason is this pothole blitz that we've been talking about all morning. Crews are repairing the right lane right near Spanbridge, so that right lane is blocked and you're moved over to the left just south of Eglinton. It is jammed from approaching Lawrence down to south of Eglinton, so pack your patience through there. We've also got construction on the eastbound 401 from Jane to Weston in the Express. The left lane is blocked. It's backed up from approaching Islington in the Express. Westbound 401 through Keele in the Express. The left lane also blocked through there. It is now causing a bit of a delay. If you're headed westbound on the Gardiner, we had a slowdown from Bathurst to Dufferin. That is now eased off. And if you're traveling into the beaches area, just a reminder, the eastbound Lakeshore is blocked from Leslie to Woodbine for active TO. Bayview extensions off limits from Rosedale Valley Road down to Front Street, and that also means River Street is blocked from Bayview to north of Toronto. As developments happen with the coronavirus, 680 News is with you 24/7 to bring you the latest and keep keep dangerously safe. Listen to your forecasters confidence. News time, 11:03.
Today's latest COVID-19 case numbers are out, showing a 7th day in a row of cases below the 4,000 mark in the province. And new data from Health Canada shows the heavy weight of the pandemic is shifting to those under the age of 60.
680's Michelle Mackey joins us live with the very latest. Michelle.
Carl, Ontario is reporting 3,369 new infections today, a drop from more than 3,800 cases yesterday. The majority come from the GTA, with 1,050 more infections in Toronto, 819 in Peel, and 286 in York Region. 29 more people have died, while 900 people are in the ICU. With nearly 47,000 tests completed, the positivity rate now stands at 7.3%. And of Ontario's active cases, 20 to 29-year-olds account for the highest number of infections, a trend reflected in new Health Canada data that finds hospital admissions of seniors has dropped dramatically in the third wave, while hospital admissions and ICU admissions in Canadians under 60 has jumped. The shift is thanks to more transmissible variants of concern and high vaccination rates among seniors. The province reporting a total of more than 5,240,000 vaccines administered as of last night. Reporting live, I'm Michelle Mackey.
An additional 5 businesses have been forced to close under Peel's public health guidelines over COVID-19 infections. They include the partial closure of 2 TJAX Canada distribution centers, one in Brampton, another in Mississauga, as well as massive automated systems in Brampton. Another Amazon facility is also facing a partial closure, bringing that total to 3. Meanwhile, Aluma Systems, an infrastructure services company in Bolton, has been fully shut down due to a COVID-19
infrastructure
outbreak.
services
has issued closure orders to 16 businesses since the order came into effect on April 24th.
You're listening to All News Radio, 680 News. The province's long-term care COVID-19 commission is out with a scathing report claiming the full
that was outside the house. That was not.
Did not protect residents and staff from the virus in nursing homes. We get more from 680's Veronica Thor.
The independent report, which heard from residents, staff, and management, looked into how and why COVID-19 spread across long-term care homes in Ontario and found the province ignored warnings when the pandemic hit. The document goes on to say the Ford government didn't act quickly or decisively enough and had no plan in place to protect those in long-term care from COVID-19. Since the beginning of the pandemic, nearly 4,000 residents and 11 staff have died with the virus in long-term care homes. A link to the full report is posted on 680news.com. I'm Veronica Thor. And if you're on the hunt for a vaccine this weekend, pop-up vaccination clinics continue to operate in hotspot regions. 680's Adam Steinberg has the details.
The Downview Clinic, operated by Humber River Hospital, opens at 9 this morning and is offering drop-in appointments for anyone 18 plus in eligible postal codes. You can see the full list on our website, 680news.com. In St. Jamestown, the Wellesley Community Center is offering the jab specifically to residents of 200 Wellesley Street or anyone living at 275, 325, and 375 Bleecker Streets. Vaccinations are on a first-come, first-served basis. And in North York, it's day 2 for the pop-up clinic at the Oakdale Community Center. That's open to anyone 18 or older. The clinic opens at 10 a.m. and runs until 7 this evening. And finally, in Pickering, it's the last day to get your shot at Pine Ridge Secondary School for those living in the L1X neighborhood. All clinics are subject to early closure depending on supply availability. I'm Adam Steinberg.
680 News Time, 11:07. Health Canada is pausing distribution of Johnson & Johnson's one-shot COVID-19 vaccine, citing concerns over where the doses were partially made. We get more from 680's Enrique Amaturo.
The Emergent Biosolutions facility in Maryland was recently cited by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration over several areas of concern, including cleaning and sterilization failures. And now Health Canada says it's learned that a drug substance produced at the Baltimore site was used in the making of the 300,000 doses of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine that arrived in Canada on Wednesday. The drug substance is the active ingredient that goes through further processing before becoming the final vaccine product. Officials say the Janssen vaccines will only be released for distribution once the agency is satisfied that they meet the department's quality, safety, and efficacy standards. A statement from the Office of the Procurement Minister reads in part, Health Canada's review of these vaccines is ongoing, and it's working with the supplier to get all the information needed before it's released. This comes as Canada is set to start receiving shipments from the U.S. of the Pfizer vaccine next week. I'm Enrique Amaturo. 680 News Time, 11:08. And happening now, more than 24 crews are once again working to fill those pesky potholes across Toronto. It's the city's third pothole repair blitz of 2021, and workers will be out until 6 o'clock tonight. So far, the city has repaired more than 54,000 gaping holes on those roads this year.
Pedestrians and cyclists in Toronto as well will have more room to roam this weekend as a popular program returns. We get more from 680's Carl Hansky.
These first active TO road closures of the season have the Bayview extension and the eastbound lanes only of Lakeshore here between Leslie and Woodbine and the beach shut down now until 9 o'clock tomorrow night. It's to allow cyclists and pedestrians to use the road space so they can properly spread out. This walker really enjoys it.
They give them more space to move around, get more exercise. They get to cycle and run in areas they couldn't run before. So I think it's good.
For affected drivers, it means detours and/or lane closures, but with a stay-at-home order in effect, traffic volumes are lighter anyway.
It's not particularly inconvenient. Overall, it's worth it.
Anyone planning to bike, walk, or run along any active TO road route this weekend are reminded to only do so with members of their own household. No group runs or rides. At Lakeshore and Woodbine, I'm Carl Hansky.
680 News Time, 11:09.
Your news now on your radio, online, and on your smart speaker.
Play 680 News.
It's the timed auction this weekend at NorthTorontoAuction.com. Dealers and pro subscribers have come to trust NorthTorontoAuction.com to buy and sell great used cars, trucks, equipment, recreational vehicles, and all sorts of must-have items for any budget. The auction closes at noon on Monday. A pro subscription at North Toronto Auction gets year-round access to online public and timed auctions. And don't worry, North Toronto Auction has 72-hour buyback. NorthTorontoAuction.com. Some conditions apply.
Now, the 680 News gas price update. Pro says the price of gas did not change at midnight, holding to just under $1.32 a liter at most GTA.
It's 127 over here. Just remember, he had good Christian values. We don't know how he could die. The kid was 18. That was a year ago. So.
But
you see, I have what's called the GG genotype. So you can either have an AA genotype, you can have an AG genotype, or a GG genotype. One of the things that's really interesting with the GG genotype is that there's a lot of there's research behind this. Some studies have suggested that GG genotype tends to be more prone to schizophrenic behavior if there's cannabis use in early life. Now, someone may think, well, why does that matter?
Tends to be more prone to a blanket diagnosis. Behavior associated with a blanket diagnosis.
Moderation is good, but anything in excess is bad, and that includes cannabis. And there is a subgroup of people that develop schizophrenic behaviors as a result of cannabis use. Now, I'm no longer young, as an example, right? This is
so he's allowed to smoke it now. I tell you young people not to. Sex offender alert.
That are going to grow up to be teenagers. Okay, I think it's
going
to
to
be
be a red flag for me
to find out where they sit on that spectrum of their genotype. Not that I don't want them to use cannabis one day or do any of those things.
This is made
but
up.
At least to understand the moderation and the risks that it may pose.
So I believe 3 days ago I said you still hear this babble to this day that somehow cannabis will activate the schizophrenia that you wouldn't otherwise. Bullshit. By the way, if you're not diagnosed by, I think it's 18 to 21 with schizophrenia, it's not schizophrenia. You don't fit the blanket diagnosis. It's a blanket diagnosis. So some people with this genotype, which they don't phenotype everybody. If they smoke weed when they're younger, tend to be more prone to have behavior that is associated with being diagnosed with a blanket diagnosis. Wow.
It's more prevalent now because it's legal. And because of that, I want to make sure that what...
No, it's not.
Predispose them to something like schizophrenia or schizophrenic behaviors. So I thought that was a really, really interesting thing. The next gene that looks, and even in that, right, like let's say I had the AA genotype. I said that I had the GG. Well, the AA genotype is interesting. So actually, let's go back. The GG, which I have, is overall known as the warrior strategy. So this is sort of like in stress, I can take it head on. Like I'm good at, facing it. You take on, excuse me, that warrior mentality. Whereas the A genotype...
So just to be clear, this is a paid advertisement. It's a paid advertisement. If we had heard the beginning of the show, they would have said all the guests of the show are employees of the advertisement.
What we do have is a potentially soaking rain tomorrow.
And if that said, when I said sex offender alert, what? Well, I'm not younger anymore. Why'd you throw that in the sentence? Because he was about, so it's okay if he does. That's the subliminal. So to get away with how he's allowed to, but you're not. Because he's older, you're a kid, so you got to do what he said. Oh, it's a slippery slope, man.
14, the Recording Academy has announced a major change for the 2022
Ask yourself why strangers would be telling your kid not to smoke weed.
I think that it was the reason the weekend was controversial.
I don't know who the fuck that is, so. This private club didn't vote for me.
In the music industry. Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Hollywood.
Still to come on 680 News.
Is it a biological weapon? Is there a tracking chip in the vaccine? A new poll looks into the COVID-19 conspiracy theories around the country.
Being a new mom isn't easy. But hugging's easy. Loving's easy. And baby D-drops are easy too. Simply apply just one drop where baby feeds. There's no taste, so it doesn't interfere with feeding. Pediatricians recommend vitamin D daily for breastfed infants. Baby D-drops, the sunshine vitamin in just one drop.
With all that's going on these days, let good food help make life a little easier. Get $80 off the #1 meal kit in Canada and free contactless delivery directly to your door.
How the fuck much are you charging?
Recipes for every palate in your household. We're making mealtimes easier and safer than ever before. Get $40 off your first 2 orders at Good Food. That's $80 in savings. Go to makegoodfood.ca to redeem your offer with the gift code GF80. Offer valid for a limited time for new members only.
This is 680 News.
It's 7 degrees with a sunny sky. Good morning, I'm Christine Ritchie. Here are the top stories this hour. New data from Health Canada shows the heavy impact of COVID-19 is shifting from seniors to younger people. Canada's top doctor says the spread of variants is leading to an increased number of those aged 20 to 40 either dying or ending up on a ventilator. And the variant first found in the UK seeing an uptick in the last 24 hours. The province confirming more than 3,400 new cases of the B117 variant, 7 of the B1351 strain, and 127 of the P1 variant. In total, Ontario reporting just under 3,500 new COVID-19 cases today, along with 29 more deaths. And a scathing report out on how and why COVID-19 spread like wildfire in Ontario's long-term care.
Why?
The commission says the
Journalists are why? The question everybody's still asking, why? Once they tell you a whole bunch of people killed or whatever, they got nothing left to tell you. So we're still waiting to find out why. It's not a real question. There is no why. Somebody's a piece of shit and shot a bunch of people. Why'd all these old people die? Because a bunch of pieces of shit killed them. Remember, they were openly I've only got 7 minutes to get each old person dressed and dragged down to the cafeteria. Hey, in 7 minutes, how many food trays can you carry, you fucking retard? All these old people got to get vaccinated so they don't make me sick. Like, where are they going to pick up the virus? It's the same thing as the teachers with the kids. They want kids to not be able to identify anybody by face. And they kept going on about how the kids are going to somehow make them sick.
On the ice, the Lakes and Canucks will do battle at Scotiabank Arena. The two squads last met up Thursday with Toronto taking it 4-1. The Leafs have now won 4 straight. It's a 7 p.m. puck drop on Sportsnet, the CBC, and 680 News. Around the league, we have Sabres Bruins at 1 on Sportsnet. At 3 on Sportsnet 1, you can catch the Lightning battling the Red Wings. At 7 on City, it's a half-cent showdown. And the late game is the Battle of Alberta on Sportsnet and the CBC. In NBA action, the Raptors are at it tonight facing the Jazz. It's 10 p.m. tip-off on Sportsnet 360. And happening out in the EPL, Brighton has the 1-0 edge over Leeds United in the second half, while earlier this morning, Man City blanked Crystal Palace 2-0. Sports at 15:45 past every hour. Anytime at sportsnet.ca/590.
680 News Traffic Alert.
This is Asher Ross from the 680 News Traffic Center. Eastbound 401, just east of Weston in the collectors, all lanes were briefly blocked because of a collision. There's now just a single left lane getting through. It is jammed from Dixon Road. Once again, eastbound 401 east of Weston in the collectors, all lanes were briefly blocked. There's now just a single lane getting through. The 680 Traffic Watch continues.
Share more with family with CIBC Global Money Transfer. We know achieving your goals in Canada happens with the support of family. With CIBC Global Money Transfer, we have 0 transfer fees, so more of your money goes to thanking those who matter most. Share more with family in over 100 countries. Visit CIBC.com/global transfer today. And now, get $50 back on your first transfer with promo code GMT50. It's our way to share too. Conditions and CIBC foreign exchange rates apply.
Spring into more ways to win with the Lotto 649 Super Draw. On Saturday, May 8th, every ticket gives you a chance at 25 guaranteed prizes of $25,000. The guaranteed $1 million prize plus the jackpot. It's all happening Saturday, May 8th, and you don't want to miss out. So get your tickets for the Lotto 649 Super Draw. Because with so many guaranteed prizes plus the jackpot, somebody's going to win. It could be you.
It's not hard finding misinformation about the pandemic online, and new data shows a sizable number of Canadians are buying into COVID conspiracy theories. 680's Kareem Kuda has more.
As many people line up for vaccines these days, new polling data shows 9% of respondents believe the vaccine includes a chip that will track people, and 6% think there's a link between COVID-19 and 5G. Steve Mossett is with Insights West.
Equally as sinister, you get a number like 15% across the country believe that pharmaceutical companies are actually involved in the spread of the virus. And that's not a small number when you calculate it out, to the number of Canadians across the land.
4 in 10 respondents believe COVID was created in a lab and released by mistake, while about a third think it was created as a biological weapon. The poll also suggests men are much more likely than women to buy into these theories. I'm Kareem Gouda.
And coming up, eastbound 401, seeing some major backups at Dixon Road. We'll have more details coming up in our traffic report. 680 News Time, 11:20.
The car today, a much better way. Visit OntarioCars.ca.
Listen here, my friend, and I'll offer a little advice. What?
38 million people we just ticked over a few weeks ago. So it's 57, 38. Hold on. 55.7 million people they're claiming here believe that the greater Toronto, the Toronto, how the fuck do they say this? The Toronto Metro Census Area, or whatever they call it, is 5.5 million people, which is roughly twice as many as the official population of the city. It's like 2.89 million.
Toronto Raptors 3-pointers.
Because the Raptors eat French fries and McDonald's burgers all day.
This update is brought to you by 407 ETR.
You better have flaming truck tires for us, bro.
Problem on the eastbound 401 east of Weston in the collectors. At last check, the 3 right lanes were blocked and the left lane was just squeezing through. They were briefly closing all of the collector lanes so that they could clear the on-ramps. So
what bothers people the most when they see weird shit like that happening around me, and it doesn't bother me.
And again, just the left lane is getting through
Cats and fire or whatever.
to these problems is there's some construction happening from Weston to Jane in the express. The left lane is blocked, so it is jammed eastbound on the 401 from Dixon right to east of Weston, both express and collectors. You might want to plan an alternate. Avoid the eastbound 401 through this stretch. You can get back on at Kiel, which is when things really start to ease off. Westbound 401 through Kiel in the express, you'll find the left lane blocked, but it's only causing you a minor delay. Southbound Don Valley Parkway still slow from Lawrence down to south of Eglinton, where the right lane is still blocked as part of this pothole blitz. Right by Spanbridge is where crews are currently working. And another reminder, the active TO initiative starts again today, which means Lakeshore Boulevard is blocked eastbound from Leslie to Woodbine, and the Bayview extension is closed both ways from Front up to Rosedale Valley. 407 ETR is a proud partner of
November 2020, we had 300,000 cases. 6 months later, we got 1.2 million.
407 ETR for the things that matter most. And with the extended forecast, here's Carl Lamb.
Temperatures are headed up to 13 degrees today. That is our guaranteed high, and we are going to actually see
private ambulances have to pay the toll on the 407.
So sun needs to start. Rain showers moving this afternoon and into the evening. It's not going to be a complete washout of an evening, but there will be a period of rain that we deal with tonight. Tomorrow, rain.
Yeah, I gotta go throw rocks in that hole.
Into the early afternoon, and then a break, and then another round of rain Sunday night. 15 will be the high, 8 will be the low. Rain on Monday and 12, and more rain for Tuesday.
Yeah,
13.
but mail
right
on Sunday.
Pearson 7 at 680 News. Our guaranteed high today, 13.
Hi, it's Fido. When it comes to streaming your favorite,
it's probably going to take you to closer to 80, 85% of your maximum heart rate. Once you're putting in that
problem, this guy's an expert on schizophrenia, cannabis, and your heart rate.
You may be predisposing yourself for that. And this is again,
you may be predisposing yourself.
Is bad.
That's not a thing.
When I ask this person, why are you
predisposition? I thought we accepted that the predisposition means genetic. There's no your genetics mean you're predisposed to something. You can't predispose yourself in that sense. Although if you were to change the meaning, the accepted use of the word, I guess you could. I don't trust that guy. Oh, and then when they start saying, oh, that was the other thing too. When they say this genotype versus that genotype is more prone to this or that, what they're saying is they try to apply genetics to the situation, and like 3 out of 4 times the story they presented wasn't true. So Jesus has thought. Fuck. What could the business report possibly be? So people is stupid. People magazine, people.com. It says Camilla, comma, Duchess of Cornwall's son says it, apostrophe, hasn't been decided, end apostrophe, if she'll be called queen. The Duchess of Cornwall's son, I see that sentence is horrible. Should be called queen. Fucking brain with that bullshit. Oh, that's useful. That's useful. Click on a bunch of things I didn't touch. You fucking idiot. Yeah, watch it. App may not work with split screen. Wait for it. No such app found. How the fuck did that just happen then? Right, you fucking idiots. What are you trying to download on my system, stupid? Jesus Christ. I tell them the operating systems and GUIs you use are based on the shit they learned studying us as kids using computers. They don't want to believe it. They don't want to believe color, computers, pictures, any of that shit exists. No, it's like military stuff. Yeah, stupid, you're not listening. This was based on what we told them, not the other way around. So you're not going to trick my generation. You're not going to trick ever with fucking around with computers. The kids younger than us, I don't know. You keep handing them devices they're used to devices being hardwired to some person on the other side of the planet controlling what they can and can't do. So they're used to that. So they'll never think. Just think of these electronic toilets, Wi-Fi, all that. You're gonna have to call customer service. What seems to be the problem? Couple ways to go about this. Where'd the fucking joint just go? Alright, put it here. And what have we accomplished so far? What do we keep it up, Chomo? Every time I open my mouth, I want this whole system to freeze up. Every time words are coming out, I said freeze it up, freeze it up, freeze it up, freeze it up, freeze it up. So what did we learn? So keep it up, Chomo. You're very pathological. As soon as my face lines up like this, every fucking time. Okay, so what did we learn? That I wasn't trying to accomplish anything, but I got more done because you idiots trying to stop me from doing something you got in your head I'm trying to do. So I think I won.
Yeah. Good, yeah. You need to relax. I'll be back. I'm trying to put my seat back. Don't worry about that other shit. They'll never get it back. Rise like a phoenix from the ashes, like they said I never do. The ones always talking never got a clue. We're fucking mine now. Who the fuck is you? Riding with my dogs. We just trying to get this money. You can put that on me. We keep the artillery. If they cross me, then it's R.I.P. It's for my real thugs. The ones that squeeze the thorn and bleed just to smell the rosebud. In the search of finer things, maybe God will notice me if I blink. That's what it sound like when the pistols sing. Mama checking the obituary, so but she don't see me. She cry when they talk about it on TV. Wake up some mornings and I don't want a baby. They say the criminal or gangster is all you ever be. Like there's nothing positive in me. I am positive you're not getting rid of me, at least not that easily. I just wake up and crush the day. In the rush to get paid, tell the devil he can wait. I got people on my serve on the way. I just wake up and crush the day. In the rush to get paid, tell God to look away. He said, what do you want to see? Yeah. I just wake up and crush the day. I just wake up and crush the day. In the rush to get paid, tell the devil he can wait. I got people on my serve on the way. I just wake up and crush the day. In the rush to get paid, tell God to look away. He said, what do you want to see? Yeah, say how much like an artist. Back home I was living hardest. With all hard head trying to move as the hardest.
I'm Richie Christine.
This is how we live. Coming from a place that had nothing left to give, nothing left to take. There's nothing on the plate, but I'm dreaming of a state. Everything is state. I can't move my life. Either behind stars or behind bars. Lock the jaw, holding on.
Failing grades when it comes to protecting residents and staff from COVID-19. And hopefully better than ever, out 15
Virus. I just don't stop. Once I'm telling y'all, it's sabotage for all yeah, that's what you say. You're gonna put a devil on the ground with an infotech to his neck. Put him in.
The Raptors are on
It's
the
his
road facing the
payday.
Jazz. They'll
Checks
look to
this
stop
out.
their two-game
Trap house
slide.
banging,
Meanwhile, the
but we never run off.
147th running of the Kentucky Derby takes place tonight. Sports at 45.
Hey, okay, if everything's all equal, how come they don't take over the radio for 3 hours for the Derby? If everything's equal, why I gotta listen to hockey for 3 hours when I need traffic reports?
Yeah, you need to relax. Some bitch, I don't need no feedback. I'm trying to put my seat back. Don't worry about that other shit. They'll never get it back. Rise like a phoenix from the ashes, like they said I never do. The ones always talking never got a clue. We're fucking mine now. Who the fuck is you? Riding with my dogs. We just trying to get this money. You can put that on me. We keep the artillery. If they cross me, then it's R.I.P. It's for my real thugs. The ones that squeeze the thorn and bleed just to smell the rosebud. In the search of finer things, maybe God will notice me if I blink. That's what it sounds like when the pistol still sing. Mama checking the obituaries, hoping she don't see me. She cry when they talk about it on my TV. Wake up some mornings and I don't want a baby. They say the criminal gangster is all he'll ever be. Like there's nothing positive in me. I am positive you're not getting rid of me, at least not that easily. I just wake up and crush the day in the rush to get paid. Tell the devil he can wait. I got people I'ma serve on the way. I just wake up and crush the day in the rush to get paid. Tell God to look away. He said, "What do you wanna see?" Yeah, I just wake up and crush the day. I just wake up and crush the day in the rush to get paid. Tell the devil he can wait. I got people I'ma serve on the way. I just wake up and crush the day in a rush to get paid. Tell God to look away. This ain't what he wanna see. I just wake up and crush the day. Yeah, they say home is where the heart is, but back home I was living heartless. We all hard-headed, trying to prove whose head's the hardest. If thugging was an art, you could consider me an artiste. Most my friends grew up not knowing where they father is. Nothing in their fridge, you can see their ribs. Yep, this is how we live. Coming from a place that had nothing left to give, nothing left to take. There's nothing on the plate, but I'm dreaming of a steak. Everything at stake. I gamble with my life, either 5 stars or behind bars. Lock the jaws, we holding on. Pump up past it on, cause I feel pain too. What I've been through ain't what you've been through, but I feel you, yeah, it's true. Everything outside your window waiting to kill you. You think you know, but you ain't got a clue. Hear me, young Sherlock. Ain't no such thing as a sure shot. It's a cold block, and I just want what you got. It's real talk. Don't make a scene, just give it up. It's how it is. Where the fuck I'm from? Where the fuck I'm from? Where the fuck I'm from? I just wake up and crush the day.
The situation is hitting younger people harder than seniors.
It comes as the province is reporting a slight drop in new COVID-19 cases over the last 24 hours, below the 4,000 mark for a 7th day in a row. 6 News' Michelle Matthew joins us.
3,500 of them are fucking buried.
You need to know, Michelle.
Christine, Ontario is reporting 3,369 new infections today, a drop from more than 3,800 cases yesterday. Another 29 people have died as a result of the virus, while 900 are in ICUs across the province. Nearly a third of today's cases come from Toronto, where Mayor John Tory says more than 1,016,000 residents have now received at least their first vaccine, a goal met ahead of schedule.
I did too many IQ tests, I know.
Our Team Toronto vaccination effort has administered at least a first dose of COVID-19 vaccine to 40% of eligible Toronto residents.
The encouraging news comes as New Health Canada data confirms what medical experts have been telling us for months. While the first 2 waves of COVID-19 devastated seniors, the third wave is hitting people under the age of 60.
Well, yeah, because the seniors are dead, stupid.
Due to high vaccination rates among seniors and more infections.
Virus didn't go nowhere. What do you think it was going to do?
For example, hospitalizations for Canadians in their 40s has increased by 65%, and hospitalizations of people in their 20s and 30s jumped 40%. Reporting
yeah,
live,
people don't believe in SARS.
You're listening to All News Radio 680 News at 11:35. Before sharing the latest COVID-19 data for the province over Twitter, Health Minister Christine Elliott posted a video message marking Doctors' Day and National Physicians' Day.
Day after day, you rise to the challenge to be there when I'm there.
Ontarians, money, drugs.
I just wake up and cross the day in the rush to get paid. Tell the devil he can wait. I got people I'ma serve on the way. I just wake up and cross the day in the rush to get paid. Tell God to look away. This ain't what he wanna see. I just wake up and cross the day. Yeah.
Did you make videos every day telling people to smarten the fuck up and stop fucking around? No.
You need to relax.
I'm not impressed.
I don't need no feedback. I'm trying to put my seat back. Don't worry about that other shit. You never get it back. Rise like a phoenix from the ashes, like they said I never do. The ones always talking never got a clue. Who the fuck am I? Nah. Who the fuck is you? Riding with my thugs. We just trying to get this money. You can put that on me. We keep it artillery. If they cross me, then it's R.I.P. It's for my real thugs. The ones that squeeze the thorn and bleed just to smell the rosebud. In the search of finer things, maybe God will lose me if I blame. That's what it sound like when the pistol crystal sing. Mama checking the obituary so she don't see me. She cry when they talk about it on my TV. Wake up some mornings and I don't want a baby. They say the criminal or gangster is all he'll ever be. Like there's nothing positive in me. I am positive you're not getting rid of me, at least not that easily. I just wake up and crush the day in the rush to get paid. Tell the devil he can wait. I got people on the serve on the way. I just wake up and crush the day in the rush to get paid. Tell God to look away. Somebody wanna see it, yeah. I just wake up and crush the day. I just wake up and crush the day in the rush to get paid. Tell the devil he can wait. I got people on the serve on the way. I just wake up and crush the day in the rush to get paid. Tell God to look away. This ain't what he wanna see. I just wake up and crush the day. Yeah, they say home is where the heart is, but back home I was living heartless. We all hard-headed, trying to prove whose head's the hardest. If thugging was an art, you could consider me an artiste. Most my friends grew up not knowing who their father is. Nothing in their fridge, you can see their ribs. Yep, this is how we live. Coming from a place that had nothing left to give, nothing left to take. There's nothing on the plate, but I'm dreaming of a state. Everything at stake. I gamble with my life, either 5 stars or behind bars. Lock the jaws, we holding on. Pump up, pass it on. Cause I'm protect you. What I've been doing, what you've been through, what I feel you, yeah, it's true. Everything outside you, when you're waiting to kill you. You think you know, but you ain't got a clue. Hear me, young Sherlock. Ain't no such thing as a sure shot. It's a cold block. And I just want what you got. It's real talk. Don't make a scene, just give it up.
I won't go anywhere. It's my screen,
Where the fuck I'm from. Where the fuck I'm from. Yeah. I just wake up and crush the day in the rush to get paid. Tell the devil he can wait. I got people on my serve on the way. I just wake up and crush the day in the rush to get paid. Tell God to look away. Somebody wanna see it, yeah. I just wake up and crush the day. I just wake up and crush the day in the rush to get paid. Tell the devil he can wait. I got people on my serve on the way. I just wake up and crush the day in the rush to get paid.
Federal officials. We get more from 680's Enrique Amaturo.
In a statement from the Office of the Procurement Minister, it says the 300,000 doses of the J&J shot that arrived in Canada on Wednesday are currently under review. Officials say the Janssen shots will only be distributed once Health Canada is satisfied that they meet the department's quality, safety, and efficacy standards. It adds that Health Canada's review of these vaccines is ongoing, and it's working with the supplier to get all the information needed before the shot is released for distribution. Health Canada says it learned that a drug substance produced at the Emergent Biosolutions facility in Baltimore was used in the making of the vaccine just received. The U.S. FDA recently inspected the Maryland facility, noting multiple concerns, including cleaning and failure to follow protocols. In other vaccine news, Canada is expected to receive shipments of the Pfizer vaccine from the U.S. next week. I'm Enrique Amaturo.
Up next on 680 News, we will check the price of the pumps. 680 News time, 11:40. As Desjardins agents, we take the time to get to know you, because the more we know, the better advice we can give. So your vintage vinyl collection, the original Bentwood Lounger, the 1963 solid body guitar with double cutaway, triple humbuckers, and whammy bar, rock on, rock star, we've got you covered.
Switch and save up to 35% on home insurance when you bundle with auto. Get a quote at DesjardinAgents.com. Desjardins Insurance. Home, auto, life. Exclusions and conditions apply.
Now the 680 News gas price update. Enpro predicts the price of gas is going to drop 2 cents at midnight to just under $1.30 a liter at most GTA stations. Still to come on 680 News, we'll have traffic and weather together on the ones.
When you call a Dell Technologies advisor, you get to talk to a real person who can provide tailored solutions that don't fit every small business, they fit yours. That's what it means to really listen. For solutions powered by Intel vPro platform, call an advisor at 310-TEL.
Above 7 degrees Celsius, your winter tires wear faster and get noisy on the warm, dry surface. But with a quick change from winter to Toyota recommended all-season tires, you'll extend the life of your winter tires and enjoy a quieter ride on your all-season tires, which are designed for warmer temperatures. Contact your nearest Ontario Toyota dealer today and get the right tires at the right price, thanks to our price match promise. When it comes to tires, details make the difference. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome to McDonald's. Right now, every order of fries helps families with sick children.
In that case, we'll take all the fries.
A portion of the proceeds from all fries sold from April 20th to May 10th supports Ronald McDonald House Charities Canada. 680
680 News Time, 11:41. It's time for traffic and weather together on the ones. First up your drive with Asher Rob.
And this update brought to you by the City of Toronto. We still have this problem out on the eastbound 401 in the West End. Just east of Weston and the Collectors, 3 right lanes are blocked because of a crash. And it's also taken out the northbound Weston road ramp onto the eastbound 401. Just the single left lane is currently getting through. And this adds to problems caused by some construction that's happening in the express lanes from Weston to Jane. The left lane is blocked. So you're going to find it slow from approaching Dixon to east of Weston in both the express and Collectors. Once you get past there, it's moving much better. But you may want to get off the highway at that Eglinton exit, and you can take Eglinton all the way across to Keele and go north on Keele to get back onto the eastbound 401, or you can use Dufferin instead. Again, this may seem out of your way, but it's better than getting stuck in this problem because the express and Collectors are both jammed. And we had this problem on the westbound 401 just west of Stevenson in the Oshawa area. Looks like it has now cleared. I'm not seeing delays through there anymore, but when there was a problem there, it was just off to the shoulder. Southbound Don Valley Parkway, we had some pothole repairs happening under the Span Bridge. I know that sounds redundant, but it's not. But it looks like they've now cleared. I'm looking at this camera, and the lanes have reopened. I'm still seeing a bit of a delay from Lawrence down to south of Eglinton, but hopefully this does ease off soon. Let's get Toronto vaccinated. Get the COVID vaccine when it's your turn. Book online at toronto.ca/COVID-19 or call 888-999-6488. With the forecast, here's Carl Lamb.
Oh, well, there we go. We can hear you again. So temperatures today head up to a guaranteed high of 13 degrees, and we do have plenty of sunshine right now. It looks great. Certainly feels better once you step outside. Perhaps for active TO, get some of that exercise in before the clouds move in and some of those showers as well. It's not going to be an all-out rain event tonight. It's just a little bit of rain that you deal with during the evening hours. Starting at about 5 to 6 o'clock, we're going to keep our eye on the sky there. And then we're dropping down to 8 degrees. There will be a bit of a breeze out there today, though, so certainly not as windy as it was yesterday. 15 tomorrow, mostly cloudy. 2 rounds of rain, 1 in the late morning into the early afternoon, and then a break. And then Sunday night, we get into more rain again. 15 is the high, 8 is the low. And then there's more rain for Monday and Tuesday as well. Right now, 7 at Pearson, 7 at 680 News. Our guaranteed high is 13.
680 News Time, 11:44. Well, eyes and ears will be on the Toronto Maple Leafs as they take on the Vancouver Canucks tonight. And 680 News will be carrying the game live tonight. And you can still hear us online to get the latest updates. To do that, go to our website, 680news.com. Tune in through the 680 News app, maybe your smart speaker, or even the Radio Player Canada app. Now, our regular programming here on the radio is set to resume at 9:30 p.m. But in the meantime, go Leafs go. In 60 seconds, we'll have a check of the top stories in sports. This is 680 News.
Your performance at work is getting worse, your health is getting worse, and your doctor wants you to take time off to make a disability claim. But should you? My name is Aaron Waxman, and if you're too sick to work and have questions about your long-term disability claim, call me at 416-661-4878. And don't worry about upfront legal fees, because there are none. At my law firm, my team of lawyers only get paid when you get paid. And before you call, you should always remember that there are no bad questions. 416-661-4878 or on your cell phone.
Tool. The next stuff looks at levels of vitamin C and activation of vitamin D. And again,
up to 1.8%. Unlimited Interact
basil and parsley and even mint with a bit of garlic.
It's a bank account that lets you do more, all from one package. Conditions apply. Rate is for a limited time and varies by savings period. Visit scotiabank.com/ultimate300. Scotiabank.
Toronto's news now. This is 680 News.
Clear skies and 7 degrees in downtown Toronto. Good morning. I'm Carl Garnish, and here are the top stories this hour.
Garnish.
Making up more of the COVID-19 hospitalizations, new data from Health Canada suggests the third wave is hitting people under the age of 60 harder. It comes as Peel Region is partially closing several more workplaces due to COVID-19 outbreaks. That does include another Amazon facility. On National Physicians Day, Doctors Day, and First Responders Day, Ontario is reporting a decrease in new COVID-19 cases over the last 24 hours. There was nearly 3,400 new infections, but this state below the 4,000 mark for a 7th straight day. There was also 29 more deaths. And a heads up before hitting the roads for essentials today. Toronto's third pothole repair blitz of the year is underway. We have crews out filling craters and parts of
We've had 3 thaws. We had frost last night.
Your next check of traffic is coming up at 11:51.
Snow last week.
now 680 Sports from Sportsnet 590 The Fan. Here's Maria St.
I can't allow
It's the
that.
final showdown of the season between the Leafs and Canucks. Season series is tied.
Yeah, but it's also the Kentucky Derby. Oh, there's.
KPT, I hope you're ready. Kick your nose and drove kills in the craft. I was born and raised in.
So what just happened here? So if I had like the $1 million setup and cameras everywhere, the camera would have panned with me and you would have saw me basically have a controlled fall to the floor. Well, my spleen is basically rebelling against everything. It's pissed off. I must have had a salacious thought or burped or something and it's angry. And that's why we smoke so much fucking weed. That's why people with sickle cell smoke so much fucking weed. I would like to see studies on what happens. They did studies where they dose up blood cells with THC and they repel the HIV virus. They've proven that chronic high doses of cannabinoids promote the growth of neurons, new neurons. I'd like to see if they can reverse sickling with THC if that's what's happening. But even if it's not, it gets more oxygen in my lungs.
Becomes a reality. So whether you're replacing your old windows or building your dream home, dream the dream with inline fiberglass. If you can dream it, we can.
It'll be weather conditions and gas prices. That'll fucking kill you too. No, that'll literally be what happens one day. Except the part where I stood up again, that part won't happen.
In this trap, I'm a slave to my way. KPT, I hope you're ready. Kick your nose and drove kills in the craft. I was born and raised in this trap. I'm a slave to my ways. Fresh off the cage, already driving around with the gauge. Ready for anything, but you never know. Some days it's the money, other days it's the blood. It's the blood. Makes me to a fucking ghost. Yeah, you cracking up jokes. Keep thinking it's sweet. I pop some and have your bones slowing down. Shit's creep. Keep the beans lined up for me the next week. Come on, give me your money the next, please. Before I knew about the broken piece, I knew about the grab the keys. And when I sleep, I count keys. When I dream of money and all the shiny things that it comes with. I wasn't sleeping on the streets, refused to stay at a shelter. And living in a jacuzzi room at the Delta. But the circle's never over for a soldier. When I'm broke or sober, I ain't stopping when the police try to pull me over. So when the day we don't pray. You can find a body dead in the alleyway. In the streets of when you play, we don't play. Get stabbed up in broad day.
You can find me and my team in the park after dark. Real soldiers won't walk through my simple-minded fools taking out the telecast.
Get stabbed up in broad day. In the streets of when you play. In the streets of when you play. I claim I'm real cause this track ain't the realest shit I ever did. Been over gang violence ever since I was a little kid. It's all fun till the sun sets and then it's gone. I seem to have the same calm every morning. I try to form my kicks with every chance I get. You never know what my mission is 5K Christmases. It's a fucked up world we live in. Mama told me to quit your riding and work away some different. Never would have thought I could do what I've done. 5 G's around the neck, 2 G's on the pinky, 1 hand on the gun. It's like what a story to get to where I am. The road is long and never winding. Still it's not the shadows to burn me. It's the black gun in the hand and the mask, man, it was the murky. I'ma keep my head low while I'm working. Cause the purple wanna be my ass, and it's the whole thing I know for certain. God damn.
That escalated significantly.
Motherfuckers better watch they back in PK every single fucking day of the week, alright? Motherfucker, don't close your eyes, don't go to sleep, I'm mad. So in the bank, we gon' pray. You can find a body dead in the alleyway. In the streets, and in the bank, we don't play. You can get stabbed up in broad day. In the streets, and in the bank, we gon' pray. You can find a body dead in the alleyway. In the streets, and in the bank, we don't play. You can get stabbed up in broad day. In the streets, and in the bank.
Approaching Sandalwater traffic order.
You in Northman with a 410?
James from Beauvais. A lot of people are getting off there. We're not sure how many lanes are
Oh,
blocked.
we don't need to hear your vulgar stories, bro. This is supposed to be a traffic report. Keep it clean.
Wrapped up southbound on the DVP south of Eglinton, from York Mills, off and on down towards Eglinton. And after that, it eases off.
Eglinton. Holiday in Jamaica, bro. Oh. What is that, my kidney? That's refrigeration rack. He's talking about servicing air conditioners
Its way
with
into
the
the
gauges.
GTA by about 5 to 6 o'clock. That's when we'll start to see some of these
410's
showers
the
kind
highway.
of streaming into the GTA. They should be out of here by the time we get to
GTA,
about 9
that's
to 10
just a
o'clock tonight.
place.
So
That's
again,
just a
not a very
place.
prolonged
Yeah.
period of time where we're going to be dealing with those showers down to 8 degrees tonight. And then for tomorrow, we have temperatures headed up to 15, mostly cloudy, a few rounds of rain. Round 1 will come early in the day and into the early
Mostly
afternoon,
cloudy.
a break, and then more rain for
fucking die.
round 2 Sunday night.
I don't know if I
15
look
again
any
is high,
paler,
8 is
but
the
I
low.
feel paler
Monday,
right now.
12
Yeah,
degrees
I'm
cloudy
pale as
with
fuck
rain,
right
and then Tuesday cloudy with rain and a high of 13. Right now it's 7 at Pearson, 7 at 680 News. Our guaranteed high today, 13.
This extended forecast is brought to you by Dynamic Funds. When you fully understand the risks, you're well positioned for the reward. That's what resilient investment portfolios are all about. Visit dynamic.ca/advice to learn more.
Coming up at noon, we will have the latest on new data from Health Canada suggesting the third wave of the pandemic is hitting people under the age of 60 harder, with younger people making up more of the province's hospital and ICU admissions. And this does come as the province is reporting a decrease in new COVID-19 cases over the last 24 hours. There were nearly 3,400 new infections, but cases do remain below 4,000 for a 7th day in a row. There was also 29 more deaths. News time, 11:54.
It was likely a mom who said life is not a dress rehearsal. And this Mother's Day, the one day dedicated to moms, is your chance to show
I should have insisted that woman knew where I could get some chicken in the dog shack. Tell me.
Without showing mom how much she means. With a pair of white gold Tears of Joy earrings from Spence for $199. As priceless as mom is, she's more than worth it. Spence Diamonds. Find us in Vaughan, Scarborough.
I wonder what it would take to make one of those people just get up and walk out that day to say, fuck it, I'm not doing this job anymore.
Listen at thebigstorypodcast.ca or wherever you get your podcasts.
Those calls used to all come from Toronto. They all came from Toronto. Before the long distance got super cheap and the voice over internet and all that shit, and they were able to start building these call centers in India and all over the place. They called them boiler rooms. Fucking essentially this with 24 fucking phones in there. And a bunch of people with like pencils and little pieces of paper. The guys that run these places are obsessed with these little pieces of paper to put phone numbers and bank account numbers on.
Has positive cash flow, and you never have to deal with the tenant.
Toronto was notorious for these
President and
scams.
founder of the Simple Investor. And our
I got
Simple
my
Investor
joint for when I'm
program
out there.
allows you to have
Fuck.
title ownership,
I was going to take the half a joint out there and smoke it
absolutely no
when I
interaction
get where I'm
with
going.
tenants.
No, I just smoke
find
that
out
one.
how
This
simple
one's
it
going to
is,
be when I get
go to
outside. And another one when I get where I'm going. And another one to get back.
We make the
Damn.
world a real estate investment simple. 680 News time, 11:56.
This is the bell. It's
It's time
Saturday.
for the 680 News Weekend Business
Go to the
Report.
cattle market. Hey, how are hog futures doing on the Chi-Next board?
Pretty well. So much so that some employers might just stay with the current setup after the pandemic restrictions are lifted.
You can't go wrong investing in pork in China, can you? Somebody will buy it. They got more billionaires than anybody else. Somebody's going to buy that pork.
People were very productive working from home.
Bloomberg News Editor Alex Tansey.
A lot of companies for a long time were against the work from home scenario, and they were forced into it, and things went much better than many thought.
In fact, university researchers say the remote work boom will lift American
2 years ago, everybody was saying they would be willing to give up pay or work less hours to have flexible, to work less hours or have flexible hours or whatever, however you want to frame it.
There is something to be said for meeting your colleagues for lunch. And
now you all want like bonuses. You want to work from home and get part of your rent covered and utilities. Why aren't they paying my internet, my Netflix bill?
Pressure on a lot of people to get back into the office as well.
Jeff Bellinger, Bloomberg Radio. Meantime, work from home is also leading to a change in what we might be wearing back in the office. More from Steve Potisk. The trend toward a more casual dress code at the office was already in place before the pandemic sent many people to work from home. The idea of putting on a suit is unbearable to many, meaning business attire may largely be destined for the history books.
The consumer is becoming a lot more casual in their dressing.
Levi Strauss' Chief Financial Officer Harmit Singh.
Aren't you the fucking defense minister?
All indications in his company's business is that as casual.
No, you got to come up with some new names.
Skinny jeans.
I got no problem with your names. You're reusing some of them a few too many times. How many Muhammad M. Muhammads do you know? And the M stands for Muhammad.
Maker Levi Strauss sees coming as it expands into athleisure wear.
No problem with your name, except I know like 10 other guys.
I'm Mike Apple.
I can't take your phone number. No, you don't understand. There's already 3 Muhammads in the phone, and I don't remember which one's which either.
Butler Mortgage
From the
is
spelling.
1.15%.
Well, it cannot be the same as our bank's mortgage.
It's totally the same. 5-year variable
That's
rate,
where this
same
Two
features,
Michaels thing
no
comes
fees,
from in China with this
1.15%. I'm switching to Butler
espionage
Mortgage.
thing.
Enough of making the banks rich.
License number 12118, high ratio variable rate, APR 1.16%.
For a period of time in Canada, there were a lot of Billy Wongs. A lot.
On people's graves. A normal church doesn't park outside of morgues, hoping to pray for dead people. These are not like normal church things. That's cult behavior.
I'm Tara Jean Stevens. Join me for season 2 of Heaven Bent, inside America's most unusual church. Listen and subscribe for free with your podcast player and at frequencypodcastnetwork.com. Find your frequency.
Now, 680 News regional weather conditions for Hickory Dickory Decks. Celebrating over 30 years of custom decks and happy customers. Hickory Dickory Decks offers the widest selection of low maintenance decking. Enjoy life outdoors. Visit decks.ca.
Taking a look at Oshawa, we have clear skies, 7 degrees, Pickering clear, and 6. Same really goes for Richmond Hill as well. Taking a look to the west in the Kitchener-Cambridge Waterloo area, clear skies, 8 degrees. As you get closer to the city, Milton, Oakville, clear and 8 as well.
Light standards on the major map.
Downtown Toronto, clear and 7 degrees. 680 News time on the
It's not technically Toronto news, so they don't.
For breaking news, traffic, and weather. This is 680 News.
It's Saturday, May 1st. Good afternoon, I'm Zach Bodenstein.
And I'm Caitlin Lee. Here's what's making news this hour. Ontario is reporting a slight drop in daily COVID-19 cases as New Health Canada data shows the third wave has shifted from devastating seniors to hitting younger people.
Health Canada has paused the rollout of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine over concerns about where the doses were made.
People across Canada and the world are rolling up their sleeves to get their COVID-19 vaccines, but how do they work to protect us from the virus? We ask an expert.
The first active TO road closures of the season are now in effect.
Let's people get outside to give some more space.
Cyclists and pedestrians replace cars on the Bayview extension and a section of the lakeshore.
The Jays and Braves continue their 3-game set tonight. Meanwhile, the Leafs and Canucks meet up for the final time this season. Sports at 15.
And coming up in business, Canadians are itching to travel. Almost 3/4 of respondents in a survey say they'd rather take a trip this year than get a promotion at work.
See, you always want what they're telling you you can have.
Together on the ones with a look at your
Notice
drive.
you
Good
can have
afternoon,
because you
Christine
listen to
Lingo.
them.
Thank you, Zach and Caitlin, and good afternoon. And just having a look at the eastbound 401 here. Some good news. That collision we had eastbound 401 east of Weston in the collectors has been cleared away. It's still slow from Dixon, mind you, but all the lanes are getting through right now. Northbound Weston ramp to eastbound 401 has been reopened following that crash. On the eastbound 401, though, from Weston to Jane and the Express, there is construction in the left lane. It's still slow from Islington in the Express and from Dixon in the collectors. And then beyond that, eastbound 401 and McCowan in the collectors, just hearing about a chair, some debris in lane 2. So MTO has been notified. Hopefully that will be picked up shortly. On the westbound 401
You the chair.
Construction
in
in the
lane
left
2.
lane. And then hearing
Hey,
about
2
more
from the
debris.
left or the
Please,
right? I guess it doesn't matter. It's arbitrary.
Westbound 401 at Mavis in the Express, we had a piece of tire and that was blocking a lane. West 401 at Mavis in the
If
Express.
you call that one too, you get the daily double.
Or rather, it's slow going now from north of Eglinton to north of Lawrence. And southbound DVP south of Eglinton, it looks like that work has been cleared away. It's busy though from the 401 to south of Lawrence. And beware, we have problems northbound 410 approaching Sandalwood. A collision in the left lane slowing things from approaching Beauvert. Don't forget we have eastbound Lakeshore closed from Leslie to Woodbine for active TO. Your next report is at 12:11. And now with the forecast, good afternoon, Emily Bukovich.
Good afternoon. We are seeing a beautiful spring start to the day. Lots of sunshine through the
9
morning hours and
degrees.
even into the afternoon. We've got a beautiful blue
Freezing
sky through much
rain.
of the GTA. Unfortunately,
Wind
we are
chill.
going to see some cloud cover roll in later on
Frostbite.
this afternoon, and we do have a chance of showers
Tornadoes.
late today. The winds, yep, they're going to pick up. Certainly nothing compared to what they were yesterday, but we could see some gusts to about 40 kilometers this afternoon. The UV index is considered
You
6,
you played it out like it was only
high,
50
so make sure you're
yesterday.
thinking
So
about
don't,
sunscreen.
only
We do have
40.
risk
The speed
of
limit on
isolated
most of these
thunderstorms
streets is
this
30.
evening and into the overnight going down to a low of
The wind is
Our
going
guaranteed
faster
high
than the
tonight
speed
is
limit.
13 degrees.
You're a kid flying a
60
kite, you
years
get a
till
ticket.
12:03.
Health Canada has released new
You
data that
drop
shows
your
the
coffee
younger
cup and it goes
demographic is
flying up the
being
street.
hit hardest by COVID-19 in the third wave, and it comes
6
as Ontario's
cops with
reporting
rifles pointed at you.
3,369 cases of the virus over the
Littering
last 24
bastards.
hours.
Meantime, more Torontonians continue to get shots into their arms. 680's Michelle Mackey
Who's
joins
shooting
us
at 'em?
live
What the
with more.
fuck?
Michelle.
Yeah, good afternoon, Caitlin and Zach. Ontario reporting 29 more deaths and 3,369 new infections today, a drop from more than 3,800 cases yesterday.
That's
With
not,
nearly
no.
57,000 tests completed.
There's a
positivity
drop
rate
from
now
yesterday.
stands at
It's not the
7.3%.
fucking stock market or the
COVID-19
gas price.
statistician Brian Imran says the overall trend is also heading down, but very slowly.
Went from 80 to 4,000 and they call this down.
Secondary infections are caused by primary infections. What we've seen over the past week is that it's averaged about 0.95, which means that 100 primary infections lead to around 95 secondary infections.
What?
If the reproduction number could get down
That's,
to
you're not
0.9,
counting right. You
Imran
lying
says
bastard.
in 1 month, we'd be down to about 1,600 cases per day. Now, a third of today's cases come from Toronto, where Mayor John Tory is marking an early milestone.
As of today, our Team Toronto vaccination effort has administered at least a first dose of COVID-19 vaccine to 40% of eligible Toronto residents.
The other 60% got
Health
Kool-Aid.
Canada data backs what medical experts have been telling us for months. While the first 2 waves of COVID-19 devastated seniors, the third wave is hitting people under the age of 60 harder. This due to high vaccination rates among seniors and more infectious COVID
No,
variants.
the ones that were
Reporting live, I'm
vulnerable
Michelle
died.
Mackey.
And today is First Responders Day, and many frontline workers are being honored for their
But they can't get it
contributions
now
over the
because
last
they're
13
dead
months.
is what it is.
Julia
Is what I'm
Rulis
trying to
has
say.
more.
Every year on the first day of May, Toronto recognizes the life-saving work of first responders who protect the city every day. Mayor John Tory took
That's
to
not
Twitter
where that
earlier
comes
today
from.
sharing this message.
Today, we
So
salute
May
the
Day.
dedicated
Oh,
individuals
fuck.
who
What's
keep
happening
our
in
community
Ukraine?
safe. And I think this year,
I
even
forgot
more than most,
to
it's
check.
reinforced the heroism, the courage of our
I should have noticed when they weren't talking
our
about it all
police,
day.
our paramedics.
Does
people
Ukraine
are
still
firemen.
exist?
She goes on to say these frontline heroes make a life and death difference for people seeking help, no matter what the situation calls for. Tory stated this day gives a chance to recognize the hard work and dedication of first responders along with healthcare workers, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. I'm Julia Rulis.
680 news time, 12:06. Peel Region has added another 5 businesses to their list of closures. Aloma Systems, an infrastructure services company in Bolton, has been fully shut down due to a COVID-19 outbreak. Meantime, another Amazon facility is facing a partial closure, bringing the total number of Amazon fulfillment centers to 3.
Partially closed, you're open.
Distribution centers, one in Brampton, another in Mississauga, as well as a massive automated systems in Brampton are also facing partial closures.
Massive automated systems? Is that did I just hear that? No, this is like this post-industrial, peri-apocalyptic. I'm gonna go record some stock footage for a hood movie. Look, a crackhead. Hey, look, 6 ambulances. Hey, look at that guy. Mercedes. Head over the steering wheel. That fucking East Bridge abutments. Never mind.
The first day that Toronto's active TO closures start for another season, but it means drivers might need a plan B. Here's 680's Carl Hansky.
Yeah, they got a car. That road's closed. We'll take that one. Gone.
Between Leslie and Woodbine here in the beach area are closed to cars and open to cyclists and pedestrians who love it.
It sounded loud, didn't
option. You get more space.
I'd like to see
Where that
everybody have
Barrel
their
of
bikes
Monkeys
and
game
walk.
came from,
As long
man.
as you're
I'm
staying
conservative.
6 feet apart, which doesn't really happen down here on weekends.
These road closures are to help those out exercising spread out and practice physical distancing. There is a congestion cost, though, and residents in the affected areas say they pay it.
Yeah, it's a bit of a nuisance. It causes a lot of traffic in this area.
But with a stay-at-home order in effect, traffic volumes are lighter. You can find all active TO road closure info at 680news.com. At Lakeshore and Woodbine, I'm Carl Hansky.
Yeah, that's why I'm calling bullshit. What house is down there? Stay in your house, stupid.
Happening now, city crews are out for Toronto's third pothole repair blitz of the year. Pack your patience.
Traffic moving over 1 block is affecting your life.
On the city's major roads,
It's
neighborhood
called the
streets, and
Beaches Bubble.
expressways until 6 tonight. Since the beginning of the year, the
Gang
city has
fights and
repaired
shit in the
more than
streets and that they never talk
680
about.
News Time
Bloodstains
12:08.
on that
Canada is
sidewalk.
pausing distribution of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. 680's Enrique Amachuro explains.
The pause is over concerns about where the doses were manufactured. Health Canada says it's learned that a drug substance produced at the site was used in the making of the 300,000 doses of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine that arrived in Canada on Wednesday.
This is new for us too. We have the Controlled Drugs and Substances Act. Okay, drugs and substances. This is a drug substance. What do you mean?
Recently cited by the
Is it a
US
drug
Food
or a
and Drug
substance?
Administration
Yes.
over
Oh.
several areas of concern, including cleaning, sterilization failures, the potential for cross-contamination, and failure to follow protocol.
Hazard analysis and critical control points.
Will only be released for distribution once the agency is satisfied that they meet the department's quality,
What are they,
safety, and
sipping it,
efficacy standards.
like-
Continuing on the vaccine front, Canada is set to start receiving shipments from the U.S. of the Pfizer vaccine next week. I'm Enrique Amatoro.
We'll check gas prices coming up next.
680 News Time, 12:09.
Thanks for continuing to make us Toronto's #1 for breaking news, traffic, and weather.
On your radio, online, and on your smart.
Settlement conferences. There's no judge. There's usually a third. Try and get the parties to
Somebody
resolve
was
their
either a lawyer,
differences
yes,
to
keep
avoid
dumping,
a
Chomo.
court case, basically a trial.
Why are you mad? Why are you mad, Chomo? So somebody who's either a lawyer or they're not. There's no judge. There's somebody who's either a lawyer or they're not. Thank you.
Achieve more with Duca Credit Union. Conditions apply.
How do we spell that?
And now the 680 News gas price update. Emperor predicts that the price is going to drop 2 cents at midnight to just under $1.30 a liter at most GTA stations. Coming up next to check on traffic and weather together.
This is 680 News.
With all that's going on these days, let good food help make life a little easier. Get $80 off the
all
#1
that's going
meal
on
kit in
these
Canada
days.
and
Fuck
free
off.
contactless delivery directly to
You
you.
got no money all day. You're not supposed to leave your house. Best thing you could do is fucking go to the most you're gonna get out of your house is going to the grocery store and spend your day cooking that cheap ass food. Not saying it like a bad thing. I'm cheap as hell. Well, give us look $80 off. How the fuck much are they charging for these meal kits? If I told my grandmother I bought something from you after saying that, she would kill me.
You'll extend the life of your winter tires and enjoy a quieter ride on your all-season tires, which are
Get your
designed for
airbag
warmer
wire in
temperatures.
check.
Contact your nearest Ontario Toyota dealer today and get the right tires at the right price, thanks to our price match promise. When it comes to tires, details make the difference. Terms and conditions apply.
680 News Time, 12:11.
Traffic and weather together. Here's Christine Langan.
This report is brought to you by Surge Kings. Problems northbound on the 410 approaching Sandalwood. We have a crash blocking the left lane. You'll find it jammed from approaching Beauvais to approaching Sandalwood. MTO has been notified. We have emergency crews on scene. And on the westbound 401 at Keel and the Express, watch for construction in the left lane causing a minor delay. Westbound 401 at Mavis and the Express, a piece of tire debris out on the roadway. MTO has been notified, so just watch out for that. Eastbound 401, it's slow as you make your way from the 427 to the 400 Express and Collectors. In the midst of that, eastbound 401 from Weston to Jane and the Express, there is construction in the left lane. And then in Scarborough, eastbound 401 at McCowan in the Collectors, I'm hearing that we have debris, a chair in the center lane. MTO, again, knows about that, so hopefully it will be cleared shortly. On the eastbound 409, it's heavy going from east of Martin Grove to the 401 ramps. A combination of that construction and an earlier collision we had east of Weston in the Collectors, which has been fully cleared away. If you're on the northbound Don Valley Parkway, just a minor delay now from approaching Lawrence to York Mills, and a lot of that volume on the southbound side is easing, so southbound Don Valley Parkway, pretty good now. It's a busy approaching the 401 off and onto south of Lawrence, but it's breaking up. Eastbound Lakeshore closed from Leslie to Woodbine for active TO, which is closed River between Bayview and Spruce north of Gerard, and north and southbound Bayview closed between Front and Rosedale Valley Road. Looking for better results from your Google advertising? Switch to Search Kings, winner of the Google Premier Partner Customer Satisfaction Award. Your search is over. Let Search Kings help your customers find you. Your next report is at 12:21. Now with the forecast, here is Emily Vukovic.
Still an absolutely gorgeous day. Lots of blue sky, beautiful sunshine. Things will start to deteriorate, however, later on this afternoon. We'll start to see a little bit more cloud cover, and we do have the chance of showers late this afternoon. That wind is going to be coming from the south, gusting to about 40 kilometers an hour later on today. And then tonight, it is going to be mainly cloudy, chance of showers, risk of an overnight thunderstorm. The winds gusting to about 40 kilometers an hour, going down to a low of 8. Throughout the day tomorrow, lots of cloud cover, chance of showers not only in the morning, but then again through the afternoon. And we do have that thunderstorm risk back again. So we could be seeing some convective activity tomorrow morning and into the afternoon, but mild, daytime high of 16 degrees. Right now, it is 9 at Pearson, 9 at 680 News, and our guaranteed high today is 13.
680 News Time, 12:14.
Hi, Keith here from Speedy Glass to tell you that sometimes even the best drivers are no match for rough roads, and a crack in your windshield can happen fast. Luckily, a cracked windshield is no match for my team and I at Speedy Glass. We use cutting-edge tools to quickly replace your windshield to the strictest standards, so it remains structurally sound. And for added peace of mind, our work comes with a lifetime warranty, so don't let rough roads get the best of you. Book your appointment today at speedyglass.ca. Conditions apply. Details at speedyglass.ca.
Speedy Glass replace.
I'm so happy. I'm happy. I'm so happy. I'm happy. I'm so happy. I'm happy.
If you're dealing with erectile dysfunction or want to enhance your performance, talk to Revita Medical. They've helped over 1.2 million guys worldwide. Visit revitamedical.ca and things could be looking up for you.
I'm happy in my pants today.
Number 1 for breaking news, traffic, and weather. This is 680 News.
7 degrees and a clear sky right now in downtown Toronto. Good afternoon. I'm Zach Bodenstein.
And I'm Caitlin Lee here with the top stories this hour.
New data from Health Canada shows that the hardest hit demographic by COVID-19 in the third wave are those under 60 years old. Hospitalizations for Canadians in their 40s increased by 65%, and for those in their 20s and 30s, increased by 40%. Canada is pausing distribution of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine over concerns about where the doses were manufactured, including issues about cleaning, sterilization failures, the potential for cross-contamination, and failure to follow protocols. And happening now, plan ahead if you're driving across Toronto today. A pothole blitz is causing delays on city streets, and active TO closures are in place for the first time this year. We'll have those details in your traffic report in 5 minutes. It's time for 680 Sports, brought to you by Northwood Mortgage. From Sportsnet 590 The Fan, here's Maria St-Aubin.
It's the final meeting this season between the Leafs and
In every case, by the way, whether it's disability law, employment law, family law, no two mediations are the same. There are always different facts and different people. But when I explain to the individual as we go through the mediation the pros and cons of any settlement offers, I specifically focus on the alternatives. In other words, I tell the individual, here are the pros of settling now for the amounts that we've been able to negotiate. Here are the cons. And that's okay. That's the minimum that the lawyer should do for you. The absolute minimum. Just like it's the absolute minimum that a doctor should tell you, here are the remedies for your illness. Here are the treatments.
Minimum. They won't tell me my blood type or fucking admit that they know I have sickle cell.
It would go beyond that.
And the Raptors are at it tonight facing the Jazz. It's 10 p.m. tip-off on Sportsnet 360. Toronto's 3 games back of the final play-in spot in the East. Happening now at the Valspar Championship, the third round is underway. Keegan Bradley and Sam Burns share the lead at 12 under. They tee off at 2:05. Michael Liggett, the top Canuck, 7 shots back. He gets going at 12:35. And earlier this morning in EPL action, Man City blank Crystal Palace 2-0, and Brighton shutout Leeds United 2-0. Sports at 15:45 past every hour or anytime at sportsnet.ca/590.
680 News Time, 12:17.
License 10349.
People don't usually sing about their mortgage, but at Northwood Mortgage they do. They sing about lower rates. They sing about greater cash flow. They sing because we help them. You can be singing about your mortgage too. Come on, try it with us. Northwood Mortgage. Come on, try it. Northwood Mortgage. There you go. Call or visit us today at northwoodmortgage.com.
We're working hard for you.
Imagine doing what you love and not doing what you don't love.
Email along. It is it's simple, help@disabilityrights.ca. Now, if you go to the website, disabilityrights.ca, that'll get you to the firm website. There's a section across the top. You can click on it, drop-down menu, go to media, and you can catch some of our past television shows as well. We talk about the stuff for 30 minutes on TV and have for several years, so you can do that as well. And disabilityrights.ca. This is the Disability Law Show. Continues. Global News Radio.
You are listening to a paid commercial program. Unless otherwise identified, the guests on the program are employees of or otherwise represent the advertiser. The opinions expressed therein are those of the advertiser and do not necessarily reflect the views and policies of Global News Radio 640 Toronto.
It's about time for
So who do we call the bitch to?
Reconnect with your customers. Reach new ones. Whether they're listening, watching, or clicking, we're here to help you press refresh on your business. CourseCreative.ca.
Hiring can be challenging, but ZipRecruiter makes it fast and easy. We talked to Monica Starks, who needed to hire for a pivotal role at her company, GS Group.
As the owner of a construction company, finding the right people is a very difficult task. So I use ZipRecruiter.
ZipRecruiter's powerful matching.
We modified that virus to also express the spike protein of the novel coronavirus. So they inject that virus as part of this vaccine. Our body sees that spike protein and then again forms antibodies to it.
I'm Phil Martino.
680 News Time, 12:19. Today is Doctor's Day, and as part of this year's campaign, people are being asked to shine a light. The Ontario Medical Association is inviting people to leave a flashlight or candle on for 5 minutes at 9 o'clock tonight to show support for Ontario's doctors. Toronto City Hall and the CN Tower will be lit blue for the occasion. The group says doctors battling Ontario's third wave of the virus needs more support more than ever. You can post on social media using the hashtag Doctors Day and shine a light for them. And you can also pledge your support on doctorsday.ca. Coming up, we'll check traffic and your extended forecast.
680 News Time, 12:20.
Get in on the McDonald's Daily Deal Drops. From April 19th to May 9th, we're dropping delicious deals like a $3 Big Mac or 50% off a McFlurry, exclusively with the McDonald's app. App download, registration, and activation required, plus taxes. Only one daily offer per customer at participating restaurants.
Spring into more ways to win with the Lotto 649 Super Draw. On Saturday, May 8th, every ticket gives you a chance at 25 guaranteed prizes of $25,000. The guaranteed $1 million prize plus the jackpot. It's all happening Saturday, May 8th, and you don't want to miss out. So get your tickets for the Lotto 649 Super Draw. Because with so many guaranteed prizes, plus the jackpot, somebody's going to win. It could be you.
680 News Time, 12:21.
Traffic and weather together. Here's Christine Langos.
And this report is brought to you by Sportsnet. On the eastbound 401 from Weston to Jane and the Express, there's construction lined up in the left lane this afternoon. Eastbound 401 is slow from east to the 427 to the 400, mainly in the Express. Collectors in a bit better shape, so when you get to Kipling, go with the Collectors instead. On the westbound 401 at Kiel in the Express, a slight slowdown here because of construction in the left lane. And I'm having a look at the northbound John Valley Parkway, which is filled in again from approaching Lawrence to York Mills. Some volume on the southbound DVP as you travel through Lawrence. By the time you get to the Gardner, though, everything is wide open, and the Gardner Queenie combination still looks pretty good. Northbound 410 approaching Sandalwood, there is a collision blocking the left lane. Now it's still going from north of Williams Parkway to approaching Sandalwood. And don't forget those active TO closures. We have Bayview closed from front to Rosedale Valley Road. River is closed from Bayview to north of Girard, and eastbound Lakeshore is closed up from Leslie to Woodbine. For the Toronto Raptors, the story isn't over. No time to be idle. Every game, every play, every second is vital. Watch the story unfold on Sportsnet. Your next report is at 12:31. Now with the forecast, here's Emily Vukovic.
Well, it has certainly been a beautiful start to the day. Lots of sunshine, temperatures still a little bit below our seasonal average. We should be getting up to about 16 degrees for this time of year, and our guaranteed high today is only 13. Still not far off. We are going to be seeing a little bit more cloud cover moving in this afternoon. We do have the chance of showers late today. The wind's gusting up to about 40 kilometers an hour. Certainly not as windy as it was yesterday, but fairly gusty. Tonight, mainly cloudy, chance of showers, risk of an overnight thunderstorm going down to a low of 8 degrees. Tomorrow, we're mainly cloudy, chance of showers in the morning and then again throughout the afternoon, and a risk of an isolated thunderstorm, not only in the morning, but the afternoon as well. However, we will be mild, getting up to 16 degrees. Unfortunately, for Monday and Tuesday, we do have another system coming in that is going to be bringing us some rain both days, but temperatures getting closer to seasonal. Right now, it is 9 degrees downtown, 9 degrees at Pearson Airport, and our guaranteed high today is 13.
And coming up at 12:30, we'll have some encouraging news on the vaccination front in Toronto. We'll have more from the mayor on that. And 680 News spoke to an expert about the promising trend when it comes to Ontario's COVID-19 cases.
This is 680 News.
Attention passengers, this is your captain speaking. Looks like we have a full cabin today.
Really, Dad?
We're expecting a pretty smooth trip. Our crew will be handing out snacks shortly. Stand by.
Dad, stop.
The 2021 Ford Explorer with available seating for up to 7 and standard intelligent 4-wheel drive. It's travel redefined. Right now, get 1.99% APR purchase financing for up to 72 months on most new 2021 Explorer models. For details, contact your Toronto area Ford dealer or visit Ford.ca.
Know the moment it happens.
Subscribe to 680 News. Breaking news alerts.
Powered by the Monitoring Center Home Security. Now partnered with Tag Dispatch.
Visit 680news.com.
The Toronto Maple Leafs play the Vancouver Canucks this evening, and 680 News will be carrying that game live on our airwaves. Puck drop scheduled for 7 o'clock. But not to fret, you can still access our news, traffic, and weather updates by listening live on 680news.com, the 680 News app, on your smart speaker, or on the Radio Player Canada app. Our regular programming will return at 9:30 this evening after the game. How effective is the first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine in protecting against serious illness or hospitalization? Adrian Gobriel of City News speaks with an ICU doctor who's reminding the public not to let their guard down.
Dr. Hussein Masri is an ICU physician. He's had COVID patients arrive in his GTA-based hospital 5 days after receiving the first dose of the COVID vaccine.
That tells me that either they've been exposed to it before they received the vaccine, or potentially they lowered their guard down. Certainly for the first 2 weeks after receiving the vaccine, we have to be extremely careful.
Dr. Masri notes that he hasn't had any COVID patients end up in his ICU more than 2 weeks after receiving the first dose of a vaccine. 14 days is the benchmark for antibodies to really start working their magic to protect individuals. According to the National Advisory Committee on Immunization, human studies have shown 1 dose of the Pfizer and AstraZeneca vaccines are approximately 80% effective against hospitalization.
Public Health Ontario believes, from what we know so far, it'll take anywhere from 56 to 89% of the population to be fully vaccinated before we reach herd immunity. We'll check your business report next. This is 680 News.
I'm here with Bill Coy of Coy Brothers, and we're talking about this crazy hairdryer my wife bought me.
Looks like you've lost a few follicles, friend. But that's because it's not a hairdryer. It's a Stihl BG50, the most popular handheld gas blower on the market.
I was literally blown away.
Meant for yard debris and leaf piles around your home, the Stihl BG50 blower is powerful yet lightweight. On sale for $199.95.
I don't know where my glasses are, but you can find the Stihl at Coy Brothers.
KOOYBROS.com.
Yet another reason to switch your alarm to the monitoring center. We provide you with the most affordable, high-quality, full-service alarm monitoring across North America. 24/7 for $9.99. That's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for only $9.99 a month. Why wait? Call us today. 1-866-24/7 for $9.99.
1-866-24/7 for $9.99. 1-866-24/7 for $9.99.
And now the business report.
I'm Chris McCusker. To say there is a great deal of pent-up demand for travel in Canada might be a bit of an understatement. Research done by Booking.com shows 72% of Canadians would rather go on vacation this year than find true love or get a promotion at work. Kathy Buckworth is a travel writer.
We're feeling pretty hopeful about traveling in 2021. 72% of us are more hopeful we will travel this year than last year, obviously. But we're also making some concessions because we understand the world isn't the same as it was. 67% of us have accepted that we have to prove vaccination if we travel, and we want to. In fact, we want to be fully vaccinated before we travel.
You have to prove a test. You have to get tested.
Also want to travel only to countries where they have a vaccination program in place.
And the lack of travel.
So that's the same number they just said we would have to have for herd immunity. The exact same number.
Respondents, and not only do they say it has a negative impact on mental health, 45% of people say they feel imprisoned. So 70% of us are saying we want to travel more. 48% of Canadians are using this, what I call downtime from travel, to plan travel. So we're getting extensive travel planning that's going right now. I know a lot of the websites are reporting they have tons of inquiries, tons of future bookings, and 33% of us are banking vacation days if we can. Saying not only do I want to travel in the next time that I safely can, I'm going to travel longer. I'm going to take a break. I need a break from all of this.
And if health and safety concerns are on your mind,
a good place to start is the Booking.com website, where all of their properties have updated what their policies are, and they also answer some questions around reservations, cancellations, etc. because of COVID-19.